Build show today, guys. We're talking coastal framing. My buddy Wade Paquin builds right on the coast of Rhode Island, where there's some serious wind and forces that attack these buildings. So he's going to be talking about something called a wind column. There's a lot of things that need to happen on these coastal homes in framing to make sure that they can resist the forces of Mother Nature. We're going to show you some things that you probably haven't seen before. With that being said, expert builder Wade Paquin on the Rhode Island coast. Let's get going.
Thanks for tuning in this week for another episode here on our Build Show Network channel. I do greatly appreciate everybody's support week after week. This week, we're on site. This is one of our custom homes under construction here in coastal Rhode Island. And we've got a bit of a unique wall assembly behind me, right? It's not often you see two steel columns like that in a big gable wall. So what's going on here and what are those steel columns doing? So as I said off the top of the intro, those steel columns are known as wind columns, right? These are vertical columns that provide bracing that lock in and tie in to the horizontal components like these headers and up above the double 2x6s that are running across horizontally, known as wind girts. So we have this grid system of vertical and horizontal members that are giving that wall its stiffness, right? If I had a second floor joist system, and there's one here in front and above me, if that had carried all the way to that wall, I probably wouldn't be making this video because there wouldn't be too much to talk about with that wall. It'd be become kind of standard and a bit boring compared to what's behind me now. Because if that second floor carried all the way out to that gable wall, we wouldn't have steel in it, right? That second floor joist system is going to act as the lateral brace for the wind forces, lateral forces that could be applied to that wall assembly. So when that wall is up against a second floor, that second floor is tied into things like shear walls, load-bearing partitions, and ultimately tied into the foundation. So you have all these diaphragms between the wall assemblies, the floor joist, the roof, everything that's locking in together and supporting everything. We don't have that here, so the engineer put in these wind columns and the wind girts to help stiffen that wall. So if that wall was poorly designed, meaning if we did not have wind columns in that wall assembly and we had, hurricane force or tropical force type winds here, you could come out on that day when you're getting those high winds, put your eye on that exterior wall, look up the plane of the wall, and literally see that wall doing this, right? We call it breathing. This is the term my engineer likes to use. It's no different than when we breathe and our chest expands and contracts, expands and contracts. That's what you would see that wall assembly doing in a high wind event. Now, what happens to that wall when it's a finished home and that type of force is being applied to it, right? Our plaster starts cracking, our sheetrock starts cracking, casing and trim starts popping off, the gaskets on the windows open and close as that wall's flexing, letting water in and causing leaks. So a whole slew of really bad things can happen, right? So we want to avoid that. We want to make sure that things like this are being designed properly. I don't want callbacks. My engineer certainly doesn't want callbacks. We don't want to have to come back in and take apart a finished wall and add this stuff later because it was an oversight. So I'm thankful that we work with some really, really talented, smart, thorough engineers that put so much effort into making sure that these homes are built well. But when it gets those plans and everything gets put on my desk, it's my job to understand these things and relay them to my team and the framers so we understand what the intent behind this design is to make sure that we're doing everything to maximize that design intent to reduce problems down the road. So I hope you guys found this interesting. I know, like I said earlier, it's not something you see every day, so I thought this would be a good episode to just kind of go through some of the basic design principles from an engineering standpoint behind a wall assembly like this in my particular region, in my wind zone. This is some of the things that we need to do here with our build.
Guys, Wade is one of the OG builders with thebuildshow.com when we launched the site. We've got 5 years of content from Wade building his coastal Rhode Island, and he's been building houses out on Block Island, which is actually a couple miles off the coast of Rhode Island. Go check all Wade's content out, including the Block Island build that he chronicled start to finish. Fabulous builder, building some really iconic houses. I love that shingle style that Wade ends up building on most of his houses. With that being said, guys, the way to know when Wade or any of other contributors have something new on the site is to sign up for our newsletter below. Our newsletter comes out 3 times a week, Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, and tells you everything that's new on the site. So scroll that newsletter. Hey, this video from Stephanie looks cool. This one from Wade looks like something I'd like to watch. That's the way to know what we've got new on the site. And remember, everything on our site is free to watch. There's no paywalls anywhere. Just like YouTube, we serve up a 15-second ad. We don't, however, break in ads like YouTube does. So there's no need for a premium channel or $20 a month or any of that kind of stuff. We have fabulous manufacturers that support our work so we can educate you, the building pros, the engineers, the architects. And of course, we know we've got a bunch of audience that want to build a fabulous custom home and are here to learn from the pros. Hit that subscribe button below on this YouTube channel, guys. We've got new content at least every Tuesday and Friday, and often in between as well, as we're publishing all our series content and our podcasts. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on The Build Show.